Hello. Welcome to the Virtual Leadership Summit I call Seeking the Path. I'm really excited to have you here, and I'm excited to share today's guest. Oh, I'm so excited. So today's guest is somebody that I met many moons back. Many moons as in 2 years. It feels like many moons. And when I met her, I had an eye on who do I want to partner with as I become a greater, more far-reaching leader in the world? Who do I want to find a resonance with, find a motivator that is similar? Who do I know that has skills that I'm missing? And so I had my looking for partnership leadership glasses on, and I was at an event and I met this remarkable woman who is a take action, multifaceted, amazing person. And I'm going to introduce you to her in a second. But first I want to say why I'm doing this virtual leadership summit. Part of it is to draw attention to a live event that's going to be happening. But another part of it is because I thought, how wonderful would it be if we could go and talk to a bunch of leaders and ask them the same 3 questions and see what their answers are. And maybe then the people paying attention, you, my friends, would glean a part of leadership that you wouldn't have otherwise been benefited with. So here we are. We're going to ask the same 3 questions of everybody. We're going to tell you about the live event, and I am going to introduce you to somebody who's been a leader all her life and is now sharing. Sharon is sharing her knowledge and her expertise with the world. So let's begin with saying hello to Sharon Burstein.
Hello, Lynette. How are you? It's so great to be here with you today on this Virtual Leadership Summit. I am so excited.
I'm excited too, because I do believe that there's so many paths up the mountain, and you want to be an expert at the top of the mountain, you got to be willing to take the path that fits you. And you have so much experience, Sharon. You've done so many things. I just don't think there's anyone you couldn't help.
Well, I try to help as many people as I can, but that's part of who I am. And I think that's part of who we all are, because when we help somebody else, we always help ourselves.
That's true.
And that's a very important thing to remember for all of us. You learn more and are more successful even in your own life the more you give.
So let's begin by telling them who you are, so that they know I'm not the only one saying you do a million things and you do them all well. So tell them who you are, Sharon.
You're very complimentary, and thank you. But I am Sharon Burstein. I am the president and CEO, and I call that Chief Encouragement Officer. That's my definition of a CEO, because we'll get into that a little bit more. But what my company is, I've been an international consultant, PR strategist, and award-winning author for many years. And in the last few years, I've been really speaking and bringing my messages on leadership and leadership image to corporations, associations, and organizations, from small boardroom groups to thousands of people. And it is just so wonderful, really building people, making them more aware of their leadership image, and having them become more successful in their career, their leadership, and in life.
Yeah, I agree. It's very rewarding to be able to help people and see them grow. So let's start in with those 3 questions, and then maybe we'll come back and get you to, say some of the examples of your past, like vice president, first woman vice president, stuff like that. You might as well let them know who they're listening to. So I have these 3 questions. Question number 1. All right, ready? Okay. Question.
I'm all set.
What is your definition of leadership?
My definition of leadership is taking a whole body approach. That means leadership is not just a title. It's not just about power. It's far from it. It's about empowering others. But to really be an effective leader, you have to look within yourself. You have to look at yourself from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, top and bottom up. You need to look at yourself inside, outside, and all around, because it combines your hard skills, your soft skills, and your leadership and your leadership image are organic, and they're always growing.
So really be who you are and make yourself strong within yourself before trying to lead others. Something like that?
Well, something like that. You have to, first of all, know yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to believe in yourself. And most of all, Lynette, you have to like yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't like yourself, or one or the other, even worse, both, then why should anybody else pay any attention to you? If
Yeah, they
you
shouldn't.
don't have
They really shouldn't.
exactly. You know, you have to have confidence in who you are, your products, and your services in order to be effective to boost other people. Because a leader is really trying to get people to take the next step. Because a good leader, if you're taking that leadership role, it's about building success and reaching goals and doing it as a team, building effective teams. And you can't do that unless you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing.
Okay, so then what's
It doesn't matter. Look back at history, look at product services, look at the really good CEOs or our good historic leaders in battles. They're the ones, the people that you rely on. You want people to also feel confident. They have to, the troops need to feel confident in who you are and what you're doing.
okay? So your confidence, so if you have confidence and you stand up for yourself and stand up for what you believe in, then they'll have confidence, right?
But that's one area, because you have your soft skills and you have your hard skills. So you can have all the degrees in the world, but your leadership and your leadership image, it also combines about how you look, how you walk, how you talk, how you dress, how you communicate with others, body language communication, nonverbal communication, and just how you hold yourself. There are all sorts of elements. But most of all, leadership is organic. So being the leader you are today is great. And you might be the best leader you can be today. But that doesn't mean that that's still the leader you're going to be tomorrow, because you have the ability, as we all should, to continue to grow our skill set and our skills in every capacity, including our leadership throughout our life.
Okay, so, but you could be a leader as a teacher, you could be a leader as a spiritual leader, you could be, what's your definition of success? How does a person know when they've reached success?
Well, first of all, let me go back, because you just said something very incredible, because leaders really begin even with children. And if anything, we should be teaching our youth stronger leadership skills right from the beginning in school, as parents and in the classroom. Because if we make them more confident in giving them a better skill set, it also takes away from some of the bullying, which is not what we're talking about today, but it's a subject. Leadership in children is something I adore working with. So leadership with children, building kids up through every path of life is very, very significant. So what's my definition of success? My definition of success is writing my goals and making myself accountable for those goals, and then really reaching those goals, and then setting new goals, because every time you reach that success, you need to jump and hit the bar a little bit higher and go for the next group, because success isn't just one, it's not a destination, it's a journey.
I love it. I love that you did this too, because I had made the earlier analogy of the mountain, and it's very similar. You're climbing a mountain. At one point, success is making it to that cliff, and at the next moment, success is making it to that plateau. And then, right? So it's always a moving bar, like the horizon. Important to know that you can be success daily, day to day, and still be building towards a larger picture.
Absolutely. And you're talking about pathways, and life is about choice. And when you get to Robert Frost, two roads diverged in the woods, and it's taking, which path do you choose to take?
Okay, and that's my third question. It's like you're psychic. So I want you to describe the path that you walk, the path that you see as your journey to success, and maybe somebody else can mirror some of that.
Well, I feel like I've had a very, very blessed life. Moving backwards, right now, I'm Vice President and CEO of Sharon Burstein International. I'm an international consultant. I'm a marketing strategist, award-winning author of many books. And before that, I owned a manufacturing company. Which was predominantly women's tennis clothing. And I hold several patents. I've been on the corporate side. I was the first woman vice president of an insurance conglomerate many, many years ago, which was kind of an interesting journey. Done many things in the marketing field, but my roots go back to education. And I was the educator of young minds early on in my career, and later also was an adjunct professor at Russell Sage College in the area of communications and marketing and PR, which was just wonderful. So what this does in my speaking, it takes all of those elements together. Qualified from everything that I have done on the marketing and PR side, and every company that I have created, large to small, small to large, bringing those skills together and really helping people find out who they are to be the best leader that they can be, and help them on their journey of their leadership, their career, and their success.
Okay, I love better, best leader. I love that. I think I might steal that, but not when you're looking. So let's talk a little bit. I'm so fortunate to have met you. You really, truly do have the skills that I don't. And yet we have so many things about us that are the same, well, opposite. I mean, I don't think I could have been more blessed to come across a woman as multifaceted as myself, while at the same time, your successes have been in different arenas. So it's really a nice blend. So let's tell them a little bit about that coming up before I get you to give me a hard and fast tip for people.
We have an incredible event coming up on November 10 and 11. It's going to take place in New York State's capital city, Albany. It's going to be at the Desmond Hotel, very close to the airport for everybody who's flying in. It's going to be a 2-day leadership extravaganza. You will be on overdrive with the amount of strategies, tips, and information from many people. I will be speaking on keys to success and a lot of leadership. We have you who's doing the 7 senses of leadership and some other things that we don't want to give it all away for sure. And amazing, we have Jeff Hoffman, the founder of Price, successful movie producer. He speaks in over 50 countries. Such a wonderful, incredible philanthropist, sitting on so many wonderful boards, helping so many people. He is just such a self-made, just a person of such human compassion that everybody just adores and relates to. And I feel a thank you for helping us have Jeff come in and be part of this. And James Malinchak. We both know James. Yeah. James. Again, he has made such a difference in everybody's life. Having him here speaking on success and leadership and having everybody fired up on what they can achieve, changing people's mindsets and helping everybody grow. I'll tell you, it's 2 days not to be missed, and you've been very wise. We're keeping this still to 150 people, and that whole objective of that is so that all the attendees have the ability to have much more connection with all of the speakers and connect to other people who are attending from so many diverse industries in so many parts of the country and parts of the world. So it's going to be an extraordinary experience.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And for tickets, they can go to Sharon Burstein, or Sharon at SharonBursteinInternational.com, right?
Yes, they can email me at Sharon@SharonBurstein.com. They can go to www.SharonBurstein, SharonB as in boy, URSTEIN.com. There's a whole section there on the Albany Leadership Summit. You can sign up right there. You can give us your credit card information, or you can simply send a check in the mail. And you know what, Lynette? I love talking to people. As you know, I talk to the world. So anybody who's listening, if you want to talk to me or you want to talk to Lynette, but if you want to call me, love to talk. You can also call me at 518-339-4027. And I can't wait to meet everybody who's coming. I'm so excited. Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I've done a lot of speaking, but this is the first time that I've partnered with someone to create the exact type of event that I want to be a part of. So it's really not, do I have a control issue? No, it's really nice to be able to sort of stamp it with the personality, the thoughts, and the teachings that you think are important. You mentioned my 7 Senses of Leadership book, and I wrote that for a similar reason. I felt like to understand how to lead, to understand when you're being led, to understand following even with a kind of awareness and intelligence, one has to understand how information gets in and how you give information out. So you can't tell anybody anything unless you travel the path of the sensory system. So to understand that really enables you to impact people in the way that you want to impact them rather than by happenstance. So by the way, that's at Amazon.com, and I promised my publisher I'd say that on every one of these, so get used to it. But, thank you for mentioning that. I'm excited to share that kind of thinking, that kind of understanding about the brain. Now, from you, we've told them all about our events and everything, but before I say goodbye, I want you to give them a tip, a tool, a cookie to think about and use right away. So very often I get the thinking behind the concepts, and I share that a lot. And when I go to conferences, they share that a lot. But you often go home and go, yeah, but what do I do? Okay, thanks for all that, but what do I do? So how about if we give a tip from each expert? So it's your turn. How about one solid tip?
Well, I like to look at things in different ways, and certainly in both of my books, Life's Next 50 Tasty Motivational Messages, there are tons of messages that they can look in here, or in What's Your Leadership Image. But I'll give you one of the tips that I like to talk about from this book. And it's very simple because you only have to remember 95-5. Do you know what that is?
No, what's that?
People, 95-5. When you connect to people, so often when somebody meets a person for the first time, they get so excited and start talking all about themselves. But you already know a lot about yourself. What do you know about that person you were just meeting for the first time? And the answer is nothing. So your goal is to share 5% of that conversation about you, and that other 95% is stuff that you are trying to be enriched in learning about that person. Because when you learn about that person, then you can really give your 5% how you might better connect and move on a stronger and better path together and lead to next conversation. So after you do that, after you meet that person and you have that 95, your objective is to have a next step. Send a thank you letter, connect to them to go to a next step. But remember, you can never know too many people in your life. Life is about networking and connection, but I don't like to call it networking. I like to call it connection, hence 95-5.
I love when you said just now, like I had an epiphany, went bing, and I'm the brain broad. So, as a brain broad, I should have known this. But I loved when you said the thing about you already know about yourself, because so often people are selling themselves. When they're selling, they're pushing themselves out at somebody, dumping all over them their sensory system and not actually absorbing back. And connection's a two-way street. And the way that you put that really gave me a feeling like sit back in who you are and listen. I love it.
Well, that's it. And that's precisely it. And going back to the senses, listening is the strongest leadership skill you can possess. Because when you listen to others, you are learning so much. Great leaders know that in any major negotiation, you never ask the first question. You always have the other person ask the first question, because as you are listening to what that person is asking, you are listening and processing how you're going to respond. And so learn to listen, listen to learn. And another fun little element, I don't know if I've ever shared it with you. Did you know that listen and silent share the same letters?
Oh, I love that. Listen and silent share the same letters. That's totally awesome. I think I'll remember that forever. You just gave another tip, which was really great. So look at you, just full of tips. If they want more, they're going to have to come to the live event. Thank you.
I agree. And you know what? I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to see all the people who are coming. I know a number of them who are coming. What I love so far, Lynette, is as I look at the attendee list, I love where they're coming from. I love where their career path is. I love the diversity of the industries. We have people from all sorts of life, walks of life. We have financial people coming. We have legal people. We have a number of people coming from the hospitality industry. We have graduate students who are coming, people who are coming, and we have people who have thought that maybe they've retired out of one career and starting another and want to grow and, you know, really grow their leadership. We have corporations who are sending groups of people. So whether you're coming as an individual and you don't know anybody, or you want to bring a number of people, we can all work together on that. And it's just going to be an amazing 2 days of looking at every aspect of leadership. From people, you know, I don't know, certainly in New York's capital city, Albany, I don't know of a more incredible group of people who have ever come together, really addressing leadership from every capacity, every step of it.
Well, I'm excited, and I really appreciate you being here today. And by the way, everybody, she had to do it twice because because my recording device broke. So she's a patient, amazing, strong woman, and we appreciate you greatly. And I look forward to seeing you in Albany. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Can't wait for you to come. Thank you for having me as a guest.